Ian H. Watkins shot to fame as one-fifth of pop sensation's Steps. 3 years on from the band splitting, H has decided to go back to school to study a year-long musical theatre course at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music. His first term has been a baptism of fire, and last week the pressure of the Academy really got to H, and his course leader Mary had some harsh words for him.
I sat there and thought, why is he playing it like a silly little boy? I thought it was like you hadn't been here or listened to anything.
Coming up on today's show, H is late for his Christmas concert. He heads home to Wales to catch up with his parents, and panto season begins.
Lord Mayor of London, one day.
After 14 weeks of 14-hour days, it's nearly the end of H's first term at the Academy. The grand finale to the term is a special Christmas concert to showcase what the students have learned so far.
Here we go, guys, please. Remember that we're going through the phrase da-da-dee-da-dum, and then let the whole thing develop.
As usual, the Academy demands the highest standards, which means an intense 2 weeks of evening rehearsals to ensure H and his fellow students are up to scratch.
It never grows on powerful beat, and the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. And the Thank you, that's the one.
But the concert is not the only pressure H is under. Having signed up to star in panto before gaining a place at the Academy, he now has the added workload of preparing for his lead role in Dick Whittington.
I've never done a panto before. I'm actually looking forward to it. So there are so many out-of-work actors and singers. Why the hell shouldn't you do a panto? A panto pays more money for anybody, even a regular dancer, than a show in the West End. Why not cash in and milk the cow? Why not? And actually, I'm putting into practice what I'm learning every day in college anyway, and that was my intention of doing it. Pantomime did fit in with the Royal Academy because I checked all my dates and everything lined up properly. But the term dates moved a week earlier, so it actually buggered me up totally. So it means I'm having to rehearse my panto in the day and do my Christmas shows in the evening for college.
The big day of the Christmas concert has arrived, but H has several hours of panto rehearsals to get through first, and with only 1 week left before the opening night in Brighton, there's a lot to learn. The pressure is on.
Is it definitely the best?
Ooh, but you would look good in a negligee.
A little bit of Alice, what I need. A little bit of Alice, what I see. I'll be your man. I'll be your man.
I've just spent a day rehearsing. I've been in since 10 o'clock, and it's now 5 o'clock, and I've got to rush over to the Academy and do my Christmas show.
While H dashes across London, the rest of his class warm up and have a final practice before tonight's show.
Obviously it's performance night tonight, so I've got to kind of focus and get into RAM mode. This is probably the most underprepared I've been for a performance ever. Oh, I'm not even gonna have time to go over it. What's the time? What's the time?
13 minutes
to 6. I'm going to be ready within an hour. I'm still stuck in a cab, and I haven't even washed my pits yet. I know. Pity the guy who's going to stand next to me.
Tonight is the showing of something they've been working on for the last 2 weeks, afternoons only, so there's a tremendous amount of pressure on them because we haven't had very much time.
Right.
H finally arrives at the Academy, and with everyone else dressed and ready to go, he doesn't have much time to get scrubbed up.
Would you tell Mary I've just arrived, so I'll be down there as soon as I can?
this is the first opportunity for them to try out the things they've been working on. So I've given people things that they don't usually sing, people things that they don't usually attempt to do. That's what I've been doing.
Just not prepared now, and I hate not being prepared. I'm never under-prepared for anything. I'm always over-prepared. God. I honestly thought we were going to have to be ready like... Right, breathe. I do actually get ready quite quick for a bloke, I think.
The audience have started to arrive, and H still hasn't finished making himself look $1 million. With the audience seated and just minutes to go before the show is about to start, H makes a pit stop to grab some food.
And... Come on, come to the back. Right. Oh, Christ, I've just had more money come back.
H finally makes it to the stage, just in time for the show. Each student gets the chance to perform a solo song. H is performing a track from James and the Giant Peach. Despite the last-minute dash, the concert is a huge success, and H finishes his first term on a high.
This is my Sarah, won't you? Isn't it twirl?
Very nice. Look at those pins.
Oh, God. And this is Nick.
I'd stand next to him miming for the last 3 weeks, so.
You cheeky
And this is Dan.
Hello.
I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been wicked, hasn't it? I've really enjoyed it. And I know that coming here has been the right decision, definitely. Performance over, and I can chill for this section anyway. And I'm gonna get a bit merry, I think. Now a little G&T. I'll let my hair down.
With the first term done and dusted, it's time for a well-earned rest. H decides to make a rare trip back home to the Welsh valley he hails from. H has come a long way since his upbringing in this tough working-class community, and his parents are very proud of his achievements.
Oh, you got a new lamp?
No, it's been a while.
No, I bet, but I haven't been home for a while, have I?
Been home for a while.
How long have I been home for? It's got to be a year.
Definitely a year.
Do you call them? They're gold discs, are they?
Well, they discs.
Is a platinum one there? And a gold, there's a couple of gold ones there.
You got 5, 6, 7, 8. That was our first one.
That was the very first one.
What's that with the red one on? Remember you had the red jacket?
Tragedy and Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. I kept that. I still got that upstairs, that red jacket.
I've been looking for that.
Ah, upstairs. Now that one was the Steps party, remember that? Where we won all the tickets backstage.
That was our album launch
yeah, the album
in London.
launch. Remember that was the night that Grandpa and Grandma went back to the hotel? I remember this. Can you remember this? No, it was, yeah, when they went outside, the music was so loud. Remember, she went deaf.
They were deaf.
They were deaf for a day. Listen now, remember? And she said she'd forgotten that she'd put earplugs on. She'd rolled tissue paper and put it in her ears. And she went to bed, and she got up in the morning and she said, I'm deaf, I can't hear nothing. Remember that? And they went out on the street, and Grandpa was holding on to each other, I guess, and can you hear the traffic? I knew nothing. She went back to the hotel room and she went, oh, Gwilym, it's something in my ear. She'd had him in for 2 days, she couldn't hear nothing.
I remember, I think it was Lisa, and we were in the line, And Lisa was really cheeky and asked him to do the tragedy dance, and he, what is this? What is this? What am I doing? And just behind her, Denise Van Houten was in a window and she flashed her tits at him because she wasn't allowed to stand in the line with us.
Well, there was one occasion when we got burned out of the home.
It was like a fortnight before his birthday. So I used to keep the candles in the drawer, and you knew where the candle was, and the matches and that. So you put a big thick candle now in this little cake, and you sat in the corner and lit it, and you were singing happy birthday to me, and you put the candle down, and you ran then into the bathroom, you said, quick, come and see the pretties. And the time I got there, boom, the whole thing was up in flames.
And the whole of the upstairs
The
of the
whole
house?
of the upstairs burnt to a cinder.
We had to move, didn't we?
Yeah.
I did Ready Steady Cook, Celeb Ready Steady Cook, and Ainsley wrote his autograph on my apron. This is of Ainsley. What a star. Keep, keep moist and delightful. Savvy in your walk. I don't know what that means.
A walk is a method.
I know what a walk is.
The famous Barry Butlin's blue coat. Does it still fit?
Oh yeah, you have to
I'll
try
not put it on.
Yeah, try it.
Oh, does it smell?
No, it's been the water.
Oh, remember this?
Oh my God!
You had them take
You can't.
your CV.
That is truly rancid, honestly.
Look like Dylan Thomas.
Are you glad he found that one?
Oh,
Look.
Oh, I bet you're over the moon.
oh my...
No, you can't swear.
I swear at that.
Coming up after the break, H takes to the stage in panto.
Oh, yes! Well, when do we start?
Right now, come on, fully me.
Come on, Tommy, we're on our way!
H has completed his first term at the Royal Academy of Music, and in a week's time he'll take to the stage in Brighton as Dick Whittington. Before his panto stint starts, H has gone home to see his friends and family in Wales. It's been a while since H has been back to the ex-mining community where he grew up, so he takes a trip down memory lane with his parents.
It hasn't changed at all. It's like being in a time warp, and this, you can always guarantee nothing changes up here, which is actually quite nice in a way.
Not many pop stars come out of the Rhondda Valley, so H's step success has made him somewhat of a local hero.
It's like 3 years old or something.
Yeah, oh yeah, at least.
How's he doing?
I don't know. This is my dad's home.
This is Compagli, John.
And it's the only place in the world where women are not allowed in the bar. And are you happy about that?
Oh, ecstatic.
Sometimes when I used to come home, I used to come for a pint with you down here.
A pint, yeah.
Because it was the only way I wouldn't get bothered, really. This is at the end of our street, and I was actually going to buy this mountain with my parents, and we were going to build houses on it. But we didn't, and somebody else did. How many people can say they nearly bought a mountain?
It's the next day, and H's best friend Bethan takes him back to the theatre that first gave him his love of the stage.
This is called the Park and Dare. This is where I learnt my craft, really. This and Butlins. I must have done, God, I don't even know how many shows on here. Can you remember old tap? Can you remember anything goes?
Just a little bit.
Wait,
This
wait,
one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can't believe I remember that. In this theatre company, this is where I got labelled H.
HT.
Tell him.
Hyperactive tet.
But I dropped the
Because
T.
he was hyperactive.
I was a right pain in the ass, yeah.
A real pain in the ass, yeah.
But it was
yeah.
affectionately named, I hope. I used to sneak up here because I knew the ushers and I used to know the theatre manager. They used to let me sit up here. So this is where I used to kind of indulge and just watch and learn. So I used to kind of duck down really, really low and watch anything that was going on, whether it be a musical, an opera, a play. So this is where I kind of learnt my craft and I loved it. I used to come on my own. I used to come up here and do my homework. I just loved kind of sitting here and being here. She's got really, really good memories. It's such a beautiful theatre. It really, really is.
Unfortunately, H's holiday is short-lived, as he's got to get back to Brighton for pantomime.
Well, we're at Brighton Royal Theatre, and literally everyone has played here. And this dressing room has seen the likes of Laurence Olivier, Elaine Page, the Redgraves, I mean, you name it, and they've played here. And weed on that loo. Do you know, I think the public perception of panto is rickety old sets and, you know, cardboard backcloths. But this pantomime is actually a musical. If you want your business to succeed, a little bit of me is what you need. You want to play for England, here's a bat. You want to wipe your feet, well, here's a bat. And if you want a bra that's small or large, I'll even do the fitting free of charge. Oh, Alice, tell me I won't be denied. A little bit of me to buy your...
H seems to have settled in, but what do his co-stars think of him?
You like to pull my skirt down a lot, don't you? No, he does, truthfully. Forever pulling my skirt down.
Well, she's got a popper there, and it's really easy to release. So there's a shipwreck scene, and when the boat is sinking, I usually give it a quick tug, and she has to go up in the wind. Yeah. I've no luck with a job yet.
Oh, but I just know that getting a job is the first step to making my dreams come true. Lord Mayor of London. One day.
It's hard graft. And H has been doing 2 shows a day for 2 weeks. But has it been worth it?
It's about 11 o'clock now. I've just come home from the theatre, and I'm really, really chuffed because all the reviews are in, and we've had some fantastic ones. The Independent, very posh paper. The Independent says that we're in the top 10 best shows to see this Christmas, so I'm really, really chuffed with that. We've got local press from the Brighton Argust, and they say, he sings and moves well. Many years ago I made a vow never to go to a pantomime again. I have now broken that vow, and I'm extremely glad I did. I've become a born-again pantomime goer, and the title of this one is Anyone for Dick. Chris Moyles mentioned us and said we were wicked, and my friends came down as well, and they are my worst critics, and they really enjoyed, so I'm really, really chuffed. On a funny note, my trousers split on stage tonight, which was quite embarrassing, because I did this kind of jump in the air off the counter in the shop, and my trousers split, and I had to do the whole number with me white pants hanging out. I'm glad they were clean. Anyway, I better get to bed because I've got 2 more shows tomorrow, and even more importantly, I start back college next week. Oh, God, the thought. I'm so tired, but I'm really looking forward to it at the same time.
Gonna build a heaven, and I know darn well.
With panto season coming to an end, H's thoughts turn to the academy and a second term looming ahead.
What I've been doing to kind of stay ahead of the game, I've been going through my stuff and learning my scripts and learning my songs here. I've just been here kind of getting my head down, getting on with it really. But I know it'll stand me in good stead when I go back, so I would have done all my prep work, so that's good. I am very, very tired vocally, emotionally, physically, but I actually think that I've gained more by doing this panto than anything I've done, because I've been able to put into practice the techniques I've learned at college.
The final curtain falls on H's panto season in Brighton. Back at the academy, the head of course, Mary, tells us what she thought of it.
Saw the pantomime in the second half, you know, he was actually playing himself because that's why he's booked. And I think unless he wants to carry on playing the extension of himself and parts that are sold on his name, which I understand in this industry, he's got to sort of forget all that. He's now got 6 months, and I want to see him really drop H, the person that the public see.
So before H starts his second term at the academy, Mary calls him to her office for a chat.
The next few weeks are quite complex. You've got 2 competitions to work for. And, you know, you've got people like Zoe Wanamaker hearing you. I mean, you want to be the best you can be, don't you? What do you feel that you've achieved in that first term? What would you feel? What do you feel you need to work on? What can we help you with?
I know I need to let myself go. There are times which I have done, and I've really, really enjoyed myself, and I've learned so much more. But that's what I need to let myself go. In improv, in acting, in integration, that's what I need to do.
But you've got to allow yourself that it doesn't matter if you don't get it right, because that was the whole reason for coming here. What I'm saying is, otherwise you're going to go from job to job to job and feel a bit inadequate. I want you to believe that you're good enough, and to feel that just to be who you are is enough. And then to build on that. It's hard, isn't it? That's what I want for you. I want you to try to realise that we're all for you, and you don't have to prove anything for us. And I want you to find happiness in that. That's what I want for you.
Me too.
But it's true, isn't it?
Absolutely. Bless you.
But I mean, both of us nearly went then, didn't we? Because we both meant it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that's the truth.
H has survived his first term at the Royal Academy of Music. Over the past 5 months, he's gone from superstar to student and learnt a lot along the way. From simple things like posture and breathing, to more complex things like translating a song properly.
And you know things now that you never knew before.
Fantastic.
And truly becoming the character.
When you're talking to your meal,
The only steps H knows nowadays are the ones he has to practice every day. But all of this has been far from easy, and with the highs, he's certainly found some lows.
I feel like I can't do it.
H's efforts over the next 6 months will decide whether or not he'll successfully graduate from the Royal Academy of Music, and determine whether his career is taken to the West End or a dead end.